Praveen here. Today we will look at the fuel related reports and features on the Yatis web application. Fuel costs are rising and dominate the operational costs of running a fleet. Yatis fuel management setup uses a high precision capacitive sensor integrated with the GPS. We will now look at the web application. On the dashboard, if you click the vehicle name, you get a breakout which also shows the fuel levels and the basic parameters for today. So what you can see is that today the vehicle consumed 10.48 liters of fuel. It traveled 47 kilometers. The start level at the beginning was 118.63 and right now it is 108.15. The total capacity of this fuel tank is 365 liters, which you can see very intuitively with this gauge. This is the estimated mileage and there is no theft or refueling event today. We will now look at some more applications. So if you go to my fuel and go to the fuel levels, you can see the fuel level in all your fleets as of the last recorded time. So there are two vehicles in this fleet and these are fuel levels on both of them. The next interesting thing is look at fuel summary. So you could look at the fuel summary across a few days, and say if I'm looking at from the last 11 days, what you get is you will get for the vehicle you get the total kilometers traveled, the fuel consumed, the estimated average, the start end levels, and the fuel events if any, refueling, etc. Okay, and the next report I'm going to show you is the fuel summary report. The fuel history report. Fuel history report, I could choose a vehicle and look at what happened at any given time. And zoom into the map, you can see what has happened on a map with a summary here. So what you can get is you can get the total distance traveled, the start at the time of the period you chose, the end fuel levels, the fuel consumed, the mileage, refueling events if any. So you can see over here we detected a refueling event over here, and so there's a refueling event detected at this time at this location. If we can zoom in further, you see that there's a petrol pump where this actually happened. We can also see where the vehicle stopped at each of these points. So the points, the numbers are basically the big stops of the vehicle on the strip, and it shows how much, at what time it stopped, what was the odometer, and how long it stopped, along with the address. The refueling alarm, here we have a graphical representation of what happened at the fuel tank. What we can see is that we can see a fueling event over here where the fuel in the tank went up, and as you can see, when the vehicle is moving, the fuel in the tank is reducing. If you want to get the actual levels of the fuel tank, the fuel in the tank, you can see it in this table below, which is also downloadable in Excel. We will now look at another day. So this is this particular event. So what we have is we actually have what we call a stealing event, where you can see the fuel suddenly dropped for about 11 liters. And we can actually, so on the map, we can also see where this particular event happened. So this happened when the vehicle was stopped. The vehicle was stopped at this location, and during this time period, at around 12 o'clock, the fuel was stolen. In this way you can monitor your fueling costs. You can identify pilferage events and refilling events very accurately. The last report I will show you is the summary report. Summary report is a more detailed report on the entire movement of the fleet. And what you can see is, for if I can choose multiple vehicles and multiple days, and for each of those days, for each vehicle, I'll get the movement of the vehicle. I even get the movement time, the idling time, the working time, the stop time, the estimated mileage, fuel consumed levels, and any fuel events, if any, in this report. Okay, thank you. That was it for today.